Hello and welcome back to Music Mitra. My name is Bindu Nair and this is the channel where we try to learn Carnatic music in a fun and casual way. This is for all of you who are trying to understand Carnatic music a little better or taking baby steps in learning this art form. And I'm here as a student myself trying to understand the nuances of this art form. I would like to share with you my experiences and what I have learned through my learning and research. So today the topic is Swaras. As we all know, there are 7 Swaras in Indian music. Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni, right? We all know that, and we know the full names also. We have discussed in earlier videos. Sa means Shadjam, Re is Rishabham, Ga is Gandharam, Ma is Madhyamam, Pa Panchamam, Dha Dhaivatam, and Ni is Nishadam. So these are the full names of the solfa notes. This much everybody understood? Now we will get into a little more detail. These 7 Swaras are divided into 2 categories. The first category is known as Prakriti Swaras or stable notes, constant notes. They have no variations and they are Sa and Pa. They are natural notes, no variations. Any raga you take, a Sa will sound exactly the same and the Pa will also sound exactly the same. So we cannot have any confusion in Sa and Pa. Then where is the confusion? The confusion comes in the other set of notes, the rest of the notes, that is the 5 notes known as vikriti Swaras. They are Re, Ga, Ma, Dha and Ni. These 5 Swaras are a little complicated for a beginner. Why? Because they have variations. A Re can be sung in 3 different ways. Ga can be sung in 3 different ways. Ma in 2 ways. Dha and Ni too in 3 different ways. So for a student of music, this can be a little confusing. But then we also learn that there are only 12 Swarasthanas. Then how can we sing 3 variations of Re and Ga and Dha and Ni? Now that is a bigger confusion for many students, right? So this is where we have to understand that there are only 12 Swarasthanas, but there are 16 Swara variations of it. Means there are 16 applications for that same 12 placing or frequency of notes that we have. Now this is where the complication is. This is where a lot of students get bowled over. They are not able to understand, especially for a beginner level. So I am here today to just break it down a bit for you so you understand the difference between the various usages of the same note. Now Sa and Pa we need not discuss. We told you they are constant. There is no variable there. Now Re, when it comes to Re, the 3 types of Re's that we sing in different ragams are Re 1, Re 2, Re 3. But technically speaking, there are only 2 positions for Re. There is only a Re 1 and a Re 2. That Re 3, what we are talking about, is actually a Ga. It's sitting in the place of Ga, one of the Gas. Now Ga also have 3 variations, I told you. I'll come back to that. So there's a small Ga and there is a big Ga. And the small Ga is what is sung as Re 3 in certain ragas. That is why these are known as Vivadi Swaras, because they don't have a place of its own. They are borrowing the place of another Swara. I have done a detailed video on Vivadi Swaras and Ragas. So if you have not watched that video, please go back and watch that so you will get a better understanding of what we are talking about. So for every vikriti Swara, that is Re, Ga, Ma, Dha, Ni, actually there are only 2 positions. Let's get that clear first. 2 positions. But it's the application. When we apply it, it becomes 3 for Re, Ga and Dha, Ni. Ma still has only 2 positions. So there's a small Re and a big Re. There's a small Ga and a big Ga. And then there is a small Dha, big Dha, small Ni, big Ni. So 2 positions for each of these notes. I hope this is clear. Now, where do we add this third one? So the third extra note when it comes to Re is the Re 3. And for Ga, it is the Ga 1. Okay, there is no Ga 1 position. The Ga 1 is actually Re. So you see, we are swapping. A Ga is becoming a Re and a Re is becoming a Ga. So that is where the confusion is. So I will explain that to you now. Now when you put Re 1 and Re 2, you have two positions. Just write it down, Re 1, and below that you put Re 2. And against Re 2 is Ga 1. That means Re 2 and Ga 1 are exactly the same frequency. And below Re 2 you put Re 3, and below Ga 2 you put, below Ga 1 you put Ga 2. That means Re 3 and Ga 2 are the same frequency. That means the small Ga. So actually there's only small Ga. The Ga 2 is the actual small Ga. We call it Sadharana Gandharam. But the Ga 1 is an extra Ga we are fitting in there, which is actually the place of the Re 2 or the bigger Re. So the Re 1 is known as Shuddha Rishabham, Re 2 is known as Chatushruti Rishabham. It is the same Re 2 which is also known as Shuddha Gandharam. So Re 2 has another name in another raga. It's like fancy dress, you change in one you become somebody else, right, whom you are not. Just to think like that. So the Re 2 takes the form of a Ga in certain ragas. And because of that Ga 1 is known as Shuddha Gandharam. So Shuddha Gandharam cannot be sung with Re 2 because they are same notes. So in that ragam where Shuddha Gandharam comes, there will be only a Shuddha Rishabham. That is Re 1 because that is the only note that is lesser in value, lesser in frequency. So a Re 1 can be paired with Ga 1, but a Re 2 cannot be paired with Ga 1. Why? Because they are the same frequency or the same note. So I hope you understood this concept. And then when it comes to Re 3, it is actually the Ga 2 or Sadharana Gandharam is what we are singing as Shatshruti Rishabham, Re 3. So Re 3, when we wrote Re 1, Re 2, Re 3, right? And next to Re 2 you wrote it as Ga 1, and next to Re 3 you put as Ga 2. And below that you have Ga 3. So you have 3 Re's and 3 Gas, but 2 of them are overlapping. So once you write it in that structure, you will be able to understand why this confusion in the mind is happening. This will make it very clear. So Re 1, Re 2, Re 3. Against Re 2 you put Ga 1. Against Re 3 you put Ga 2 and put Ga 3 below. That's Antara Gandharam. So you have like a staggered placement of these Swarasthanas. Re 1, Re 2, Re 3 and Ga 1, Ga 2, Ga 3. Now the same thing you project it onto Dha and Ni. Same thing. Dha 1, Dha 2 are the actual two positions for Dha and Dha 2. But this Dha 2 can also be a Ni 1. And Dha 3 is actually Ni 2. And then you have Ni 3 which doesn't have any similarities with anyone. So Dha 1 and Ni 3 are separate. It's only these two notes, that is Dha 2 and Dha 3, which have the equivalent of which one? Dha 2 is actually same as Ni 1 and Dha 3 is same as Ni 2. So once you write it like this, you will be able to understand why this confusion is happening. So actually there are only 4 places, but there's Re 1, Re 2 and there's Ga 1, Ga 2. But because in between 2 of them are being sung in the same place, that is why we get 6. The 2 are overlapping. So I hope this theoretical explanation of Swarasthanas was of use to you. If you have any doubts, please do write in to us at sanskritiacademymusic@gmail.com. You can even comment below and we shall try and answer your queries. If you want to know more about the programs that are being run, we have some workshops coming up, and we have every week we have revision classes for Carnatic music beginners. If you want to join any of those, please write in to us or comment below with your WhatsApp number and we will get back to you. And if you're new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe right now and click that bell icon so you know when new videos are out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye for now.